Up.
Alright, well, it's doing its thing.
Okay, so I have a great idea for what we should do with our business plan, right? Okay,
Okay.
so we've got to set this up like a pyramid scheme, like a Ponzi scheme or something, all right? So on YouTube, you get our most vanilla cut, basic bitch, shitty, tasteless, soy, yuck, just crap, right? But there's an enticement at the end of every episode. If you go to so-and-so website that's filled with ads and giant tackers and God knows what, that makes us a shit ton of money, you get better content. And then if you subscribe and donate to Patreon and become part of so-and-so club, you get better versions of it. And, there's all those weird, obsessive compulsive weirdos with too much money. You know who I'm thinking of, and they will go to that and they will pay for dumb shit like that. So they get to, instead of hearing a bleep for the upteenth time, they get to hear me say nigger or cunt or fuck or whatever.
I'm gonna have to bleep all that.
Yeah, this is the whole swearing story where we don't get to hear these words because you're not subscribed to Platinum. You should subscribe now. Give us your money and maybe we'll grace you with our really bad words the internet won't let you hear anymore because you need to be protected from bad things. Bad things. Because if you listen to them, you may go crazy and shoot up a mosque or something. I mean, that Jordan Peterson, he's a bad guy. He makes everybody go crazy and shoot up mosques.
Oh, for Christ's sake, just talk about Alex Jones already. Just do your Alex Jones rant. I can feel it slowly getting there.
This isn't an Alex Jones rant. This is a business rant about what we should do. I'm saying we should set it up like a tier service so that, like, the most extreme, crazy Alex Jonesy stuff is locked away by a bajillion paywalls. Mm-hmm. And if somebody is desperate enough to hear, quote-unquote, the truth, which is me rambling nonsense like a lunatic because I'm high on God knows what, I'll just take a bunch of drugs and alcohol and just start rambling like a lunatic until I have a heart attack or pass out.
It's not God knows what everybody knows.
I'll do the full Alex Jones thing, and they can decide for themselves the truth because I'm not a comedian. I'm not a journalist. I'm not an agent provocateur. I'm just a guy asking questions. Ooh.
You haven't asked one question.
Yeah, you haven't.
These have all just been declarative statements. Not a single question.
We saw that South Park episode 2, but still, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This could work. This isn't me drunk ranting. This is an actual thing. I just wanted you to have it down because I thought it would be funny.
This
could be like a goof for like an April Fool's thing. Like, we're trolling these idiots and stealing their money.
Wait, you came into the room and you said you were going to do a rant on something Campbell or something.
What?
You walked in the room and said,
what? We're doing a pyramid scheme, Mo. Catch up.
No. Before that, you said you came into the room. You said you were gonna have like a rant on Bruce Campbell or something.
No, you kept asking me what the fuck I was talking about, and I was getting Bruce Campbell confused with Ash Ketchum.
Well,
because characters.
How can you confuse those two things?
I don't know their name. I'm confusing a cute show about catching Pokemon and making them battle against each other with a book with faces attached to it in the woods that eats people's body parts. What?
You didn't get the first part, did you?
They weren't even made in the same effing decade. Like...
but who... The character Bruce Campbell plays is named Ash something. The kid from Pokemon is also named Ash something.
It's Ash Williams.
Slaughter.
Wait, Ash Williams or Ash Slaughter?
It's Ash Williams.
Okay, Ash Williams. I'm sorry. I thought he was called Ash for some reason. And you guys kept making Pokemon jokes, and I was like, in my head, I knew it was wrong.
You weren't the ones making the jokes. They just got them really confused.
Yeah, well, I knew his name was Ash because Ash is a sexy, awesome, badass name. Unless you spell like with an E, like a retard.
This is a terrible rant.
Yeah, this is a terrible rant. We're not using any of this.
No, you're saving this, and we're giving it to our top tier platinum members because,
What?
when Tom Cruise found out about the awesome part of Scientology, all the crazy bullshit at the top, he sat down and said, "What the fuck were you guys smoking when you thought about this?" And then he tried to kill himself, which is why he disappeared from movies for a bit. They had to lock him up.
I don't think any of that happened.
I'm pretty sure it did.
I don't think that
Scientology is pretty sneaky.
Okay.
They're like the FBI, but more terrifying because they will actually cut your balls off. The FBI are kind of pussies.
Okay. When did
They can't
Scientology
figure out whether or not they want to kill Trump. Do they want Trump to be president or not? Pick a side, FBI. You can't just fight.
We're talking about the FBI, dude?
You just fight on one side or the other. You have to pick a side. Are
Can
you
you backtrack
Trump?
again for a second where you
Anti-Trump.
declared that Scientology cuts people's balls off? And can we revisit that for a second? What the fuck are you talking about? Whose balls did they cut off?
Well, Tom Cruise's.
I don't think that's accurate.
Which is weird because he has a really deep voice, and maybe they did.
Yeah, I don't think.
I want to know why the hell he's so small. Like,
Well, it's not because they cut his balls off.
like, why is he so short? Like, did they cut his balls off, and that's why he's short?
Wait, so you think so you think Tom Cruise, in his old age, joined Scientology, and then Scientology chopped his testicles off, and then he shrank? That's what you think
He wasn't
happened?
allowed to grow to full maturity because Scientology got to him early. When he was like,
Scientology came out in like 2010 or something.
no, it didn't. It came out in like 1960. L. Ron Hubbard was best friends with fucking the guy who made Star Trek. They used to write sci-fi novels together.
L. Ron Hubbard is what they worship in Cthulhuism, isn't it? Not Scientology.
No, L. Ron Hubbard was an actual person. He was a sci-fi writer in the 1930s and 50s. And then he decided to make a shitty religion because he was crazy. And then everybody made a shitty religion, and it just kind of got boring. This is why religion died, because everybody got to make their own. You know? When we had the whole, you're either with our religion or we're going to set you on fire and nail you to a bit of wood. Then religions meant something. Now religions are just kind of like, whatever, who the fuck cares? You're a Jew, you're a gay, you're a Presbyterian.
Okay.
Who the fuck cares? You worship pasta gods. Who the fuck cares? I mean, back in the day where, like, if you didn't worship my religion, I'm going to have to nail you to a giant metal cross and skin you alive and fuck your corpse until it's dead? Well, fuck you until you become a corpse, resurrect you as a zombie, and continue fucking you until you die again. It's a whole necro something.
Yeah,
there's a word. There's a word for necrophilia and like corpse rape.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to take a shot here, and I want you to revisit the thing where you say Scientology got Trump elected president, because that's a different take than Russia. So what? Let's revisit the Scientology Trump thing. Like,
I don't know about
actually,
reporting anything about Scientology.
No,
they kind of come after people over the internet.
I really just honestly just want to know what the F you meant by that. Like, I don't think Scientology got Trump elected.
I don't remember saying that, though.
You definitely said that.
Yeah. Well, no, he said something about how the FBI doesn't pick sides, but we weren't talking about the FBI.
And then he was going on about how, like, and then Scientology doesn't know if they want Trump to be president, or if they don't want him to be president, or if they should help him be elected, or if they shouldn't help him be elected. And I was like, what the F? What?
Oh,
Scientology has to do with Trump being president.
Okay, so you're having problems with my sub-rants. This happens because people talk a lot fast and make lots of sense, but people can't comprehend it because I'm awesome. All right.
Or drunk.
Yes. Also, I'm a lot more drunk than you, therefore I get to be smarter and in different dimensions and all kinds of Alex Jones shit.
Oh, here we go.
Aliens.
Are we doing the Alex Jones run?
Pyramids. But what I was rambling about was that the FBI is taken over by Scientology during Operation Snow White. So part of the FBI belongs to Scientology. So Scientology has to decide how they're going to manipulate the FBI. But the FBI is like, it's factions, man. It's like, there's a faction, the old school FBI, that's like Hoover, who are all paranoid anti-communists, and they're like 1950s style FBI who would like follow you home and like fake your assassination or suicide or whatever, you know, like that guy who shot himself 3 times in the back of the head and then hung himself. Yeah, weird shit, man. And then there's the other group that's they work entirely for Scientology, and they're just plants pretending to work for either faction or whatever. They're just you know they don't really matter until Scientology picks a side, Democrat or Republican. And then there are the ones who are like, Hillary's right, she should have been president, we keep the status quo, military industrial complex, blah blah blah. And then there's the other one who's like, Trump, just blow everything up, kill everything, just blow the world up. Yeah, fuck the world. We just need to tear everything down because that would be better than how horrible things are now. Because it can't get any worse, even if we blow everything up. Can't get worse.
That's my brain cells audibly dying.
That is my Alex Jones rant of nonsense about nonsense, because
All right.
that's complete nonsense.
Yay.
Well, I'm going to stop streaming. And